In June of 1970, we allowed the child to be killed in New York State up to the 7th month. Most people don't know that. So that even if Roe v. Wade was overturned tomorrow, it would only mean that the laws go back to what it was before 73. But in 1970 of June, we had allowed abortion to be done up until the 7th month. With Roe v. Wade and Doe versus Bolton, the two decisions that came down the same day, on January 22nd, 1973, the law in America is that you can kill a child in the womb through the 9 months. So it was overturned. It means that in New York would be only through the first 6 months. I mean, people just don't understand the enormity of the problem and the evil that is there. You know, there was a rather famous Latin writer, and his name was Publius Terence, and he wrote a play 150 years before Christ, and it was called The Self-Tormentor. And in The Self-Tormentor, there is a rather rich man who, his name is Menedaius, and he is working from morning to night. He owns an awful lot of land, and he has slaves, but every day from sunrise to sunset, he just works and works and works. And everybody said he's crazy. And he has all that help, and what is he doing? And when people would ask him, what are you doing? He would simply say, mind your own business. You've got something better to do. And until Cremes came along, and Cremes said to him, what are you doing? And he said, mind your own business. And Cremes uttered the famous line, homo sum, I am a man, and humanum a me alienum puto, which translated means, puto, I consider nihil, nothing touching humanity as foreign to me, because I am a man. And he said, either what you're doing is good, and I want to know the reason for it, so I can imitate you. Or he said, it's wrong, and I am impelled to correct you. Why are you doing this? And finally, the man started to speak and explain that well, his son left the home, and he felt he had been too severe, and he drove him out, and it's breaking his heart, and he just keeps occupied in order to get away from this difficulty. And then they begin to break it down. Well, in a real sense, people say, mind your own business. It's my right, it's my choice to have an abortion. And we say, no, I am a man, and nothing touching humanity is foreign to me. Either what you're doing is correct, I want to know why, or if it's not, I must correct you, I have to protect the child. But we go even further, and we say, Christiana sum, I am a Christian, and nothing affecting the body of Christ is foreign to me. So I am impelled on a double basis to be involved here. And the basis of, because I'm a human being, I must be concerned about my fellow human being, but because I'm a Christian, whatever you do to the least of my brethren, God said, I'll consider that as done unto me. And when you begin to reflect on what is involved in the Supreme Court decision, Roe v. Wade, the enormity of it and the difficulty of it is not simply that we have removed the protection of life from the unborn children. It has actually, the decision itself has removed and changed radically Western civilization and the world. Because the decision is this. You see, if you say, well, I should be allowed to destroy my child. On what basis? There's a fifth commandment of God. Thou shalt not kill an innocent human being. How can you do this? How do we as a country take the fifth commandment of God and just throw it aside? When did we get to the point where we accepted that thou shalt kill another innocent person and it's okay, it's legalized? Our founding fathers said in the Declaration of Independence that the certain truths which are self-evident, namely that life comes from God and no person, no individual, no state, no government has a right to take another innocent human life. And any government that does so loses its authority. That's our Declaration of Independence. What happened to the Declaration of Independence? What happened to the fifth commandment of God, thou shalt not kill an innocent human being? Well, the reality is this. If you look closely at the Supreme Court decision of Roe v. Wade, we changed radically everything. It wasn't that the unborn lost their right to life. We all did. Western civilization ended because up until Roe v. Wade, everyone's life was sacred. No exceptions. The quality of people's lives, they differed. It was relative. Everybody deserves a minimum quality of life, namely to be fed, to be housed, to be clothed, minimum things, but you don't have a right for Mercedes-Benz. But no matter what the quality of your life, handicap, Down syndrome, autism, no matter what the quality of your life, you had a right to life that was absolute. No one could take that from you. And suddenly we convinced people, using terminology, that life is only worth living if it's meaningful, if it's without pain, it's without suffering. Life is only meaningful if the quality of your life is worthwhile and considered by others that you should be able to continue to live. But if others decide that the quality of your life is not good or acceptable to them, then you lose your right to life. And so the commandment of God now used to be, thou shalt not kill an innocent human being. But now the commandment in our country and around the world is, thou shalt not kill an innocent human being unless the quality of that person's life is not acceptable to you. Then you can kill them. For the moment it's the unborn, now it's the Down syndrome children, and of course it's euthanasia coming at us like a runaway train, because the quality of life. And so the whole mentality has changed. We've taken the fifth commandment of God and reworded it, and it made it acceptable, and people accept it. Are you insane? Well, we're not. We're here today to say, no, there is no exception. The fifth commandment of God is still in vogue.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. How precious thing that grace appears in our I first believe. Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, blessed is the Lord Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. The Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, blessed is the Lord Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, blessed is the Lord Jesus. Holy Mary,